Hello friends, here we are with another new video, and in today's video I am going to narrate a story which is Footloose in Agra. So guys, let's start. The cycle rickshaw is the best way of getting about Agra. Its smooth gliding motion and leisurely rate of progress are in keeping with the pace of life in this old world city. The rickshaw boy juggles his way through the crowded bazaars, exchanging insults with tonga drivers, pedestrians, and other cyclists. But once on the broad mall or Taj Road, his curses change to carefree song and he freewheels along the tree-lined avenues. Old colonial-style bungalows still stand in large compounds shaded by peepal, banyan, and jamun trees. Looking up, I notice a number of bright paper kites that flutter, dip, and swerve in the cloudless sky. I cannot recall so many kites before. Is it a festival today? I ask. No, Sahib, says the rickshaw boy. Not even a holiday. Then why so many kites? He does not even bother to look up. You can see kites every day, Sahib. I don't see them in Delhi. But Delhi is a busy place. In Agra, people still fly kites. There are kite flying competitions every Sunday and heavy bets are sometimes placed on the outcome. As we near the city, I notice kites stuck in trees or dangling from the electric wires. But there are always others soaring up to take their place. I asked the rickshaw boy to tell me something about the kite flyers and the kite makers, but the subject bores him. You had better see the Taj today, Sahib. All right, take me to it. I can lunch afterwards. It is difficult to view the Taj at noon. The sun strikes the white marble and there is a great dazzle of reflected light. I stand there with averted eyes, looking at everything, the formal gardens, the surrounding walls of red sandstone, the winding river, everything except the monument I have come to see. It is there, of course, very solid and real, perfectly preserved with every jade, jasper or lapis lazuli playing its part in the overall design, and after a while I can shade my eyes and take in a vision of shimmering white marble. The light rises in waves from the shimmering paving stones, and the squares of black and white marble create an effect of running water. Inside the chamber, it is cool and dark, but rather musty, and I waste no time in hurrying out into the sunlight. I walk the length of a gallery and turn with some relief into the river scene. The sluggish Yamuna winds past Agra on its way to union with the Ganga. I know the Yamuna well. I know where it emerges from the foothills near Kalsi, cold and blue from the melting snows. I know it as it winds its way through fields of wheat and sugarcane and mustard across the flat plains of Uttar Pradesh, sometimes plaqued, sometimes in flood. I know the river at Delhi, where it is muddy, where its muddy banks are a patchwork of cloth spread out by the hundreds of washermen who serve the city. And I know it in Mathura, where it is alive with huge turtles. Mathura, the sacred city, whose beginnings are lost in antiquity. And then the river winds its way to Agra, to this spot by the Taj, where parrots flash in the sunshine, kingfishers swoop low over the water, and a peacock struts across the lawns surrounding the monument. I follow the peacock into a shady grove. It is quite tame and does not fly away. It leads me to a small boy who is sitting in the shade of a tree, feasting on a handful of small green fruit. I have not seen the fruit before, and I ask the boy to tell me what it is. He offers me what looks like a hard green plum. It is the fruit from the Ashok tree, says the boy. There are many such trees in the garden. Are you allowed to take the fruit? I am allowed, he says, grinning. My father is a head gardener. I bite into the fruit. It is hard and sour, but not unpleasant. Do you live here? I ask. Over the wall, he says, but I come here every day to help my father and to eat the fruit. So you see the Taj Mahal every day? I have seen it every day for as long as I remember, and I am seeing it for the first time. You are very lucky. He shrugs. If you see it once or 100 times, it's the same. It doesn't change. Don't you like looking at it then? I like looking at the people who come here. They are always different. In the evening, there will be many people. You must have seen people from almost every country in the world. That is so. They have all come here to look at the Taj. The kings and queens and presidents and prime ministers and film stars to poor people too. And I look at them. In that way, it isn't boring. Well, you have to thank the Taj for that. He gazes thoughtfully at the shimmering monument. His eyes are accustomed to the sharp light. He sees the Taj every day, but at this moment he is really looking at it, thinking about it, wondering what magic it must possess to attract people from all corners of the earth to bring them here, walking through his father's well-kept garden so that he can have something new and fresh to look at each day. A cloud, a very small cloud, passes across the face of the sun, and in the softened light, I too am able to look at the Taj without screwing up my eyes. As the boy said, it does not change. Therein lies its beauty, for the effect on the traveler is the same today as it was 300 years ago, when Bernier wrote, "Nothing offends the eye. No part can be found that is not skillfully wrought, or that it has no peculiar beauty." And so, for a few moments, this poem in marble is on view to two unimportant people, the itinerant writer and the gardener's boy. We say nothing. There's really nothing to be said. But now, a few months later, when I try to recapture the essence of that day, it is not the monument I remember most vividly. The Taj is there, of course. I still see it as a mirror for the sun. But what remains with me more than anything else is the passage of the river and the sharp flavor of the Ashok fruit. So guys, this story is written by Ruskin Bond, and now let's talk about Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond, born 19th May 1934, is an Indian author of British descent who is perhaps the best-known writer of children's fiction. Numerous awards have come his way, including the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, and the Sahitya Academy Award. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, was written when he was 17, and since he has written several novellas, including Vagrants in the Valley, A Flight of Pigeons, and Delhi is Not Far, essays, poems, and even children's books. So guys, I hope you liked my video, and stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching. Stay home, stay safe. Thanks a lot.